V8 all the way, exploring our great state today. Hello everyone and welcome to yet another V8 all the way tour. I'm your host, Denny in Virginia. And on today's episode, we are here at Portsmouth City Park in Portsmouth, Virginia, because I've been trying to get Suffolk, Portsmouth, and Chesapeake together. So we started off at Western Branch Park, then we went to Bennett's Creek Park in Suffolk, and now we are ending at Portsmouth City Park for this week because I wanted to get Supports Peak because we got to support the trifecta that is going to do great things in the near future. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy this episode. And until further ado, let me show you what I see. So Portsmouth City Park, definitely the representative park of Portsmouth because it's literally called Portsmouth City Park. So this is definitely a must-see park in Portsmouth, Virginia. Because it has quite a few amenities, and also it's really on and popping when it comes to like hosting your own events because their shelter space is pretty nice actually. So this is the very beginning area right here. So over there you can see there are restrooms. Always got to do that bonus bathroom check. There are in fact full restrooms over there. Once again, don't expect the cleanest, like nicest, most luxurious restrooms ever. However, they do have like an actual full restroom with multiple stalls, not just one. So that's great. So you don't have to like hold it. If you're here, you actually have access to a restroom. This is one of the best parts is that they have paintings in this area over here. So I just like looking at the paintings that they have. Although, wait a second. Y'all, they've taken some paintings down. They have removed some of these murals. Y'all, they have removed some of these murals. There was like 4 or 5 of them, and I have proof. I recorded it. Also, I didn't know about Bill Deal and the Rondells until I came here. I was like, oh, they must be like a real Portsmouth group. And they are, and their music is actually pretty good. So like, I would highly recommend you actually check them out and be like, find some bops, because actually they have a couple of good songs. I'm not even gonna lie. I was judgmental because I was like, I never heard of y'all before. Have some bops, really nice. So yeah, they actually used to have like 4. There's more over here. There was like several murals over here. They took them down. Okay, Portsmouth, you gotta support the arts. Now, this is definitely one of the most unique aspects of this particular park that I haven't really seen at other parks is a totally covered auditorium stage area. So typically at the parks, they have like the stage is covered and everything, and it's separated, and then there's kind of like wide open field space for the seats. This is the only place where it's like there is an actual solid seats, although some of them are broken. As you can see, do not sit on those, but there are actual like audience seats as well as a raised stage, and it's underneath an awning. So even if it did happen to rain, hopefully you would not get wet over here, which is unique to Portsmouth City Park in my opinion. Now, in case you didn't know, I think this is right next to both a golf course as well as a cemetery. Not going to show the cemetery, but I got to warn y'all every time there's a cemetery near a park. There is, in fact, a cemetery near this park. So this is definitely like one of the most unique, like, you know, you're at Portsmouth City Park when you see this right here, like an awning over their stage area. Really good to practice your public speaking, guys. If you're really like anxious when it comes to speaking in front of a crowd, I think this would be a really good opportunity to stand up on stage and start practicing your speeches if you have any speech coming up or presentation coming up for work. Really good place to get those nerves out and like have a little like impromptu conference type thing. All right, so next up we have the children's playground. Now there are actually 2 children's playgrounds, so hopefully I can show you guys both. For now, I got here early enough and it's also wet enough so that nobody is here at the playground so I can show it to you guys, because, you know, I'm not showing no kids having a good time. Instead, we're just gonna show this playground. Really nice playground, really intense playground, really like a lot of stuff for the kiddos to get into. So many different like parts and things for them to climb on, make music on, step on, sit on. So this is the smaller area. There's just like, there's a lot, guys. There's a lot. But this is definitely one of the most like expansive children's playgrounds. Once again, it's squishy. It's one of the squishy ones, which is really nice for the kids. But it's just great because you can see you have this smaller section right here, and then you have this big old mamma jamma hunka junka dude, which is like, when I was a kid, these slides are huge. They intimidate me. And once again, they have the cool like 4-person teeter-totter. And they have these nice little benches and areas to sit at, which I don't know if those things do much to actually shade the area, but I guess they are an aesthetic choice that they made. But there's just so many different, like, look, that's a whole like music making station. Look how intense this slide is. This low-key scares me as an adult right now. But I'm sure the kids absolutely love it, because usually they're just like, ah, when they're over here. They'd be like, ah, you'd be hearing them all the way from the parking lot, all the way from over there. But there's so many just interactive things over here for the kids to do, climb on and just jump on, be around, make music with. So many aspects to this thing, so many aspects. This little twirly thingy, there's just so much, guys. So this is definitely one of the better like children's playgrounds that they have in Hampton Roads, in my opinion, because there's just so much for the kiddos to do, both the big kids and the little kids. Like, that is pretty darn impressive. And then if we were to continue, which we will continue, you can see right here, this is something that's definitely super, super, super uniquely Portsmouth City Park. And that's how you know you're here. I haven't seen it anywhere else, is the Portsmouth City Railroad. I, unfortunately, have never gotten a ride on this thing. And it's like, it's really sad because it's been here this whole time. And I've literally never in my life, all the years that I have lived here in the great state of VA, and in Hampton Roads especially, I've never ridden the train. But I think during the holidays is when they really like crank up the toot toot. So hopefully this year I can actually ride the train, because I've never ridden it. But the Portsmouth City Railroad is just a tiny little train. It's a little train over here. It's not free, but they do have rides on occasion. I just don't know exactly like where they're, this is just like random events throughout the city. They do have rides on occasion, but the thing is, I don't know exactly like what the season is for the rides on the train. But yeah, Portsmouth City Railroad right here. This is where you would come up, and this is where you would enter. So they do have it running on occasion. I just don't know exactly when that season is, but it's definitely a uniquely like Portsmouth City Park thing that you can't really get anywhere else. And it's just a cute little train going like toot toot. So that's really interesting about Portsmouth City Park that I can't find like at any and every park. You know, you don't just get a train station at any and every park, right? Okay, so I thought I would be the first one here, but it's too late. It's past 7 p.m. or past 7 a.m. So someone's already at the pier. So I'm going to try to show you guys the pier from what I can, because I don't like getting people in the shot, and they're also just trying to live their lives. So I'm going to show you guys the pier, which is always beautiful here at Portsmouth City Park, because piers are just awesome. You know, I got to hurry up. I got to be quiet when I get over there. So I'm going to be quiet in 3, 2, 1. Good morning. Okay, so I'm gonna work my way over to the tennis courts, which is gonna take maybe a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes to walk to. It's right there. But I just want to remind you guys, there is plenty of parking here at Portsmouth City Park. There's plenty of parking. I think there's like 3 main lots that you can choose from. So don't ever worry about parking at Portsmouth City Park. as far as I'm concerned. Even there's so many events that happen here, like people's personal parties, whereas like you don't have to worry about parking because they have plenty of actual lots. But speaking of events, this right here is a hot commodity when it comes to having like reserving shelters. This is why this is a very popular park here in Portsmouth, because they have like such a expansive like shelter accommodation. So if you have your party here, you're kind of like separated from everybody else. Now it does stink because the porta potties is right there, but you can still walk over there to get to the actual restrooms. But I will say this is a very hot commodity when it comes to like hosting your own private events. Graduation parties, super popular. Birthday parties, barbecues, family reunions happening over here, just because like you have the parking lot over here and you have like your own like isolated, separated section right here. So this is a popular spot. Another popular spot is over there, probably where that net is. So this is a really popular park when it comes to people having their personal events, whether it be parties, graduation parties, celebrations like birthdays, anniversaries, get-togethers like family reunions. They do oftentimes have it here at Portsmouth City Park, especially during the summer, like graduation season. If you didn't book that thing like a year in advance, like don't even try. Don't even bother, guys, unless you're trying to do it like during the weekday. So if you're trying to book something for a graduation or celebration, something or another, book it way in advance, because like I said, it's a hot commodity over here on the weekends. Somebody's always having like something there. And you got this trash bin right over here. I won't flip the camera around because I hate that weird pause face it does for me, but you got this trash bin right over here, so you can throw out all your garbage during your stuff over there. There's plenty of trash bins over there in general. And we're here at the tennis courts. Now, are these both tennis and pickleball courts? I do not know. I still don't know the difference. But I think whenever they have the little like extra lines, it's pickleball. But I'm not sure if they're here. But here are the tennis. And I don't really feel like going in there, to be honest. Oh, never mind. I was gonna go over there and cross that little bridge over there because it's really cute. But there's dogs over there, so I don't want to go now. Oh, okay, I see the lines. I see the extra like pairs of lines. So I do believe it is dual purpose, both tennis. Oop. Come on, clear up, clear up. Stop focusing on the gate. Okay, so hopefully you can see better, but I believe it is definitely both tennis and pickleball appropriate. So that's nice for the tennis courts. And it's also right next to the parking lot, which is super convenient. So I will actually go over here to this little bridge just because it's cute and I think it's really nice for like photos. As I did say, this park does happen to be right next to a gigantic cemetery. I don't know if you guys saw my Western Branch Park tour, but there was a cemetery within the park itself, a tiny little one. This one happens to be like you have to drive through the cemetery in order to get to the park. There's no escaping it. And so if you're a little iffy about cemeteries, it might not be the park for you. But the park itself is really nice. But just beyond this, all cemetery stuff. All cemetery stuff. There's this cute little bridge. So, okay, maybe I was wrong. It's actually probably not good for pictures because like it's way taller than I thought. Like this is about a foot below my height, and it's like I would be barred from the picture. So I thought it would be a good photo op, but maybe not. More like probably if you're here. Beautiful photo op if you're right here and like maybe have an arch or something. Oh my goodness, guys. Why aren't I being paid as a professional photographer by now? Can you imagine it? This is also a very pretty area. Oh my goodness. You can have like a little enchanted forest type photo shoot here. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm getting so many ideas for future events and future get-togethers and future photo ops because I love me a good photo op right here. But here's the garden area. Like I said, just beyond this area is the cemetery, but this is still like a nice area to explore. It's giving like enchanted garden. So this is a nice area to explore. Don't slip on this thing right here after it rains because it did just rain, so be careful. Although this is a park that doesn't like flood because it's not like super rough terrain. A lot of it is just paved. Still be careful when it rains, guys, when you go to the park because you don't want to trip and die, you know? Nobody wants to trip and die, especially not you. I don't want you to trip and die, so don't do that. So I'm walking through the parking lot right now. I just want to show you guys right quick that there are a bunch of like smaller shelters. They're still like substantial. There's 3 benches underneath it. So it's really good for a smaller gathering. Like if you have just a group of friends getting together, Portsmouth City Park, really good place to go and just find a shelter and pop a squad, because there's a little shelter, there's a little shelter, there's a little shelter. There's another one over there. So that's already 4 like these little tiny cute shelters that they have over here. So if you just want to have like a Friendsgiving, like a little friends potluck, like a small get together, really nice place to come and just, especially like during the week because it's not as busy, and just pop a squat, sit down, have a chat. Now I don't know about the bug situation, because I don't know about y'all, I don't like bugs flying around me when I am trying to enjoy my time with some company. But in theory, you could do this as long as the bugs cooperate and stay away. But as you can see, these shelters can be reserved because they're substantial shelters. So just be aware, somebody can have reserved it. That's why I'm telling you guys, probably come during the week. Probably come, oh, someone was grilling. I can see the residuals of it. And mowing's happening, so excuse the noise, guys. But you can see this absolutely gorgeous view over there. I'm not gonna show it to you because I'm trying to show you guys this right quick, but there's a really beautiful view over there where, in general, I love parks that have water. This one has a lot of water around it, and so it's super pretty in the morning during the sunrise. Here is the little skate park they got going on over here. So if you like to shred it up, if you like to rollerblade, skateboard, whatever you like to do on these little skate parks, this one is more appropriate, I'd say, for children, because everything is a lot lower to the ground. But you can still do something, you still shred it up, you know, shred it up on the skateboard itself. I think this is actually really cute right here, the actual skateboard. And then right next to the skate park, the little skate park, is the little children's playground. I say little children's playground, but it's still just another playground, to be honest. So if that big playground is just too much for your kids, or it's just like in general, just too many children over there running around screaming, there is this other option over here that's typically more chill, more calm, cool and collected, a lot smaller, a lot less dangerous, because look at them mamma jamma mumbo jumbo slides, bro. Look at that. You ain't gonna find that over here. Over here, it's calm, cool, and collected. Except for this thing. This thing's a little dangerous, not gonna lie, but your kids like climbing, so they can climb up here. So I said I wasn't gonna show you guys over there, but I guess I can go over there. So how are you guys enjoying? How are y'all enjoying the tour thus far? I hope I've gotten better since Western Branch Park. So I've done Western Branch Park, I've done Bennett's Creek Park in Suffolk, and now I'm doing Portsmouth City Park. So hopefully these are getting better and better as time goes on. And only time will tell where we can go from here. But I just really want to give you guys the real of what it's like to be here living in the great state of VA. And this right here is what it is like. So this view right here, positively gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that. Look how pretty. Y'all, it's so pretty. I might have to move because they're mowing right now. So I might have to get out of the way. But look how pretty that is. I just wanted to show you guys how absolutely gorgeous it is in the morning here at Portsmouth City Park. Okay, so we're gonna wrap up with walking by the water, which is one of my favorite parts about being here at Portsmouth City Park. But first we're gonna take a little detour and look at some of these like structures, statues, monuments. What is it called? I don't know. But they do have a couple of these over here, just a couple of them, randomly plopped over here. Guys, I gotta go. They are mowing. I gotta go. I don't want to get run over. What is this? Oh, there's a time capsule over here. Oh, nice. 2042. We're almost there. Not really, but we getting there. I wonder what them kids put in there. They probably put some, because it was 92, maybe some like jacks, right? What is it? Jacks, right? The thing with the ball and the little spiky things? Bro, I don't know. Here's the second monument, memorial, whatever it might be called. And this cool tree. Gotta show y'all some cool trees. This is a pretty cool monumental tree right here. This is also a pretty dope tree right here. Pretty cool tree going right there. That's also, that right there, top tier tree. That right there, top tier shady tree. Top tier tree over there. Nice trees over here, guys. Okay, so get ready, because I'm about to show you my favorite part about coming to Portsmouth City Park, which is all the water surrounding it and the area that is paved that you can walk. Because in the morning time, it is so nice, guys. It's so nice. It's good at sunset as well, but I'm actually more of a morning person than an evening person, so I prefer sunrises over sunsets, but they're both gorgeous. Now, it is an overcast day, so even though it's still overcast, it's still gorgeous over here, so I just still gotta show y'all this view. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful. So what I'm gonna do for the very last segment of this VA All the Way tour is I'm gonna go quiet. Not the very last segment, but the second to last segment. I'll just go quiet and give you guys a little POV walking here by the water. And hopefully you guys enjoy that. A little water ASMR walking over here at Portsmouth City Park. But right before I do that, I just wanna let you guys know they do have like the cutest, like 4-person max shelters I've ever seen. Clean up your dog stuff, all right? Keep it clean over here. So I gotta show you guys these little shelters. They're so adorable. What is a reef ball? That is a reef ball. And there's a grill with this one. So if you have like the tiniest of close-knit circles, you have 1 to 3 friends, right? You can come to Portsmouth City Park. These are not reserved or anything. And you can still grill it up with your 1 to 3 friends. I think they all have grills. You can still grill it up with your 1 to 3 friends at this teeny tiny individual shelter that just has 1 bench. How cute is that? It's adorable. You ain't always got to be part of a crowd. You can just have your tight-knit little circle. It's adorable. Adorable. So how many of you guys are going to come over here, grab just a couple of your absolute closest friends and have like a potluck or grill something on the grill over there? I don't know how to grill on those grills, but I would definitely pre-cook my food at home and bring it over here, have a little potluck, and just enjoy the view right next to the water. How cute is that? Idea for you guys, please come over here to Portsmouth City Park, get some friends together, just a couple, and have a close-knit conversation about faith, family, friendships, how's life going, up, down, what's going on, and just like enjoy each other's company, because it's truly the simple things that really make life just worth it here in Hampton Roads. It's just the little things that you really appreciate, like getting together with your closest friends and enjoying some time by the water. So this is the last little bit that I'll record for you guys, is the boat ramp. I think the water is really low. Usually it's higher than that, which is why you see all these rocks and rubble and stuff like that. But, you know, It is what it is. It is what it is. I don't personally understand boating and stuff. I don't understand how people get their boats in the water and out of the water, but they do it all the time. They do it all the time. So I guess that's where the boat, dock, whatever you call it. There's a bunch of little crabbies down here. You can't see on the camera on the phone, but there's a bunch of crabs down there. You can see the little crab holes. Morning. And I'm glad we're wrapping up now, guys, because I don't know if you can see on the camera. It's very nice and beautiful and clear and gorgeous over here. And then you look over here and you're like, what is happening? Oh my goodness, what's about to happen? So we're definitely going to wrap up and head home right after this. This is the last thing that we'll film today. And this will be the last part of the tour. So congratulations, you made it all the way through Supports Peak, starting at Western Branch Park in Chesapeake, Virginia. Then we moved on to Bennett's Creek Park in Suffolk, Virginia. And we're finishing up this week on Portsmouth City Park in Portsmouth, VA. And look at these beautiful flowers. I'll show you guys. They're so pretty. They're so pretty. Look at your pretty flowers. And some cuties. Some cuties. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this tour. As you can see, over there, we're in the clear, all beautiful, gorgeous day. And over here, a different vibe for sure. But I'm still glad that we came out to film this morning, got up, took our walks. So if you haven't been taking your walks in the morning, I highly encourage you guys to start going to these parks. Take advantage of the resources that we have here in the great state of VA. And just remember that, like, you probably have this right in your own backyard. Don't be looking at other people being like, I wish I had what they had. I want to have what that city has. That city's on and popping. I want what they have. Well, they don't have what you have. And so just focus on what you do have and be content with that, because you have a lot, whether you want to admit it or not. And just start seeing eyes to the life of someone who is just content with what they already have, because we are so blessed to have all this here right in our own backyards in Hampton Roads. And I'm blessed to be part of Supports Peak, Suffolk, Portsmouth, and Chesapeake, to be able to showcase you guys all the wonderful parks that we have here, because these three cities have some really nice parks. So I hope you guys have been enjoying our VA all the way tours. That's it for this tour at Portsmouth City Park. I'm going to leave you guys with one last final 180 shot of what the end of the pier looks like, the end of the tour, the end of the run looks like here at Portsmouth City Park, and then we're going to head home for the day. So I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to give you guys one last 360 in 3, 2, 180. No, 180. 360. Okay, I messed it up. One more time. 3, 1, 2, 180. I'm gonna get it together, guys. I promise. And that is a wrap for this VA all the way tour. See you guys later, and until next time, we are going all the way out. Thanks for watching this week's episode of VA All the Way Tours here at Portsmouth City Park in Portsmouth, Virginia. If you would like to support the Virginia Adventures, please do so over on buymeacoffee.com/DennyandVirginie. And for other ways to support the Virginia Adventures, be sure to check out the description. Have a beautiful, blessed day, everyone, and don't forget to shine your Virginia night light so bright.